Taylor, how do you bounce back from one that's got to be particularly frustrating?
Yeah, this week's going to test our character. Obviously the bye week is right around the corner, and we've lost, 2 or 3 in a row now?
Three out of 4.
So, we really got to come together and try and get this win, get back to 500, go in the bye week 500, and then we have a, 8-game skid there to try and take this division. So, it's right there for us. We just got to clean some things up, but we got to go out there and do it. So.
Did you get an ominous feeling after the first half because you missed so many offensive opportunities to get some distance?
No. I mean, we're moving the ball really well, and the defense did a good job getting turnovers, giving us short fields, and we just couldn't punch it in. And it's been a reoccurring theme throughout this year, and we've been working really hard at it. We just got to work a little harder, try and find out what it is. But I felt we moved the ball pretty well the whole game. That last drive there was awesome, but I think the first half, not punching it in at least one of those times was tough.
How do you think you played personally?
Pretty clean. There's a couple plays here and there that I really wish I could have back. The interception was an awful throw. Threw it 5 yards behind him. There's a couple other throws on that in the fourth quarter on the drive down that I was throwing it behind guys. I think my feet were just getting a little excited. So go back and look at the film tomorrow and see what I was doing and go from there.
Hey, Taylor, just what was Arthur's message to the team and y'all after this one?
Pretty much the same as all of our other losses. We felt like we kind of beat ourselves, especially there in the first half. We let some opportunities go, and then we left a lot of points on the field there. So again, we'll clean it up. We'll go back and look at the film tomorrow, clean it up, and try and get better from there.
Taylor, do you know Josh Dobbs at all, and can you appreciate kind of his journey, kind of similar to yours, where he kind of bounced around but tried to make the most of each opportunity?
Yeah, I don't really know him personally, but following him throughout the last, 2-3 years, the dude, when his number's called, he goes out there and plays really well. And the fact that he got traded this week, comes in and plays like that, he's a good player, man. And kudos to him. He played a really good game, and that's really tough, being an NFL quarterback, coming in a short week, learning that offense, and scoring 31 points. Kudos to him.
So you talked a little bit about trying to learn chemistry with this new group of receivers and stuff. Did you feel like you made some progress there today?
I did. There's a lot of good things out there on the field today. Obviously, there was 3-4 throws I wish I could have back. I don't think that was relationship type of deals. I think it was just bad throws. So, I'm very comfortable with those guys. They did a great job today. Offensive line blocked their ass off. So, again, we'll look at the film tomorrow and see what we can clean up.
You feel like you have to come in on Monday and, again, play things out kind of like they had this week where you're not sure if you're starting again? Do you feel like you did enough to earn another start next Sunday?
Yeah, I'm not really thinking about that right now. Still pretty pissed off about the loss. So, we'll come in tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, see what happens. But, I'm just kind of thinking about the game still.
You said positive mindset. How important is it to make sure that, number one, the team doesn't panic, but that there is a sense of urgency in trying to fix it?
Absolutely. No, I think you worded it greatly. I think we need to absolutely look ourselves in the mirror and say that it's not the end of the world. But also, like you said, we have to have a sense of urgency. We can't be lax, and we got to go. This next upcoming game before the bye is huge. We all know that. Everybody in this building knows that. And like I said, when we continue to come and work, because we've been working. This team works. Like I said, things just haven't been going our way, but we have to do more. Obviously. So.
The change at quarterback was made this week, obviously. Where do you feel like maybe there's still a disconnect on offense? It just has been hard to put everything together.
I won't point that to quarterback play. It's 11 of us out there, and kudos to Taylor coming in and leading us and giving us an opportunity to win the game. I think he did a great job, and But we're not perfect, all of us. I didn't play a perfect game. Nobody played a perfect game. And we got to come in and look at those plays that weren't perfect and see how we can try to improve and get better.
How do you prevent the frustrations from boiling over or kind of spiraling out of control at this point?
We got a good group of guys in this locker room. Nobody's frustrated at one another. We're frustrated as a whole, but not in at an individual or we stay together. I think we got the mindset when it comes to that. So it's frustrating, absolutely, especially losing the way how we did today. But it was no one person's fault, and we just got to do better collectively.
When you guys got in here, did anyone say anything, or was Arthur a player to the team as a whole, kind of to give a message of things?
Yeah, our leaders definitely, spoke, what was on their heart and on their minds, and they relayed a great message to us, and guys are bought in. We're not on a team where you kind of got this guy over here and this guy over here and this a cancer over here. That's not the vibe we're getting. We bought in. Nobody feels good about what happened today. We all understand where we at right now and what we got to do. We got to continue to hold each other accountable. We got belief in one another, and that's why even towards the end of that game, that last offensive drive, that was belief, and even defensively as well. And everybody on that sideline was sure that we was going to walk on the field and quarterback nil. Unfortunately, it just didn't go that way. You know what I mean? And that's not to one person or to one phase at all. It's all of us. It's all of us.
When you said leaders spoke, can you say who spoke and kind of what was the overall message?
You got a guy like Calais, man, who's just an older guy who's been around and seen so much. You know what I mean, and played more football than anybody in this building, probably than some guys combined. You know what I mean? That's a kudos to him. You know what I mean, and a compliment to him for sure. But he's seen a lot, and guys respect his opinion and respect his voice when he speaks. He's seen a lot of ball. He's been on some great teams, and that's why he's in here to be a leader. And he definitely gave us some good words of advice.
Joe, he spoke up after the game.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
How much did Josh Dobbs' scrambling ability and extending plays affect things?
I think anytime you're able to establish a running game, whether it's through quarterback scramble, whether it's through the running backs, it makes it tough for a defense. So we got to just look at how that happened today and just be honest for ourselves what we can do better.
You guys are past the halfway point of the season, so what needs to change? And there's a lot of games left, but a lot has already elapsed in the season.
So what needs to change?
Yeah, just what needs to change with, the second half of the season still to play?
Just doing the things that we talk about throughout the week. All our objectives. We set about 3 objectives every single week of what we need to do in order to win. And I think that just holding ourselves to a higher standard and just being able to be accountable, take the criticism, and respond in a positive way.
Jeff, a lot of the guys on defense today have echoed that it's tackling that needs to be the beginning of the fundamentals. Do you agree with that?
I think I don't know how many tackles we missed today, but it can't hurt. Just getting back to the basics, tackling guys who are in a position to make the play, and I think that stops a lot of the leaky yardage.
How important is it to make sure that you guys obviously don't panic in this moment, but that you do kind of put your foot on the gas to turn things around?
I think it's really important because I know once you get to the second half of the season, every single game is important, and you have to treat every single game essentially like it's a playoff game because you don't want to play catch up and play the scenario game at the end of the season. You want to put yourself in a favorable position earlier on so that you're able to just go out there and play and not have to think about all the different outcomes that could happen with other teams.
How much do you believe that everything is still in front of this team?
Wholeheartedly. I throughout since my time here, the team has done a great job of responding, and I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to put our head down, go to work, and have a proper response in Arizona next week.
Yeah. Well, first off, I just want to just give honor to God and bringing it, us out healthy. And obviously it was a tough one, but, we play for him. I play for him and do everything in his name. But, yeah, it was a tough loss. Obviously we wanted that win. But, it was all of us. I know I had a fumble, so that was tough for the whole team and our momentum and how we were taking everything. So it's just what I got to learn from. And for me, just knowing like, guys at this league, they run to the football. So, for me, I gotta just be better in how I, attack when I'm in open field and in open space, so I can help the team. But yeah, it was tough for all of us, and obviously we want that win again.
Bijan, kind of halfway point of the season now, you guys 4-5. Where do you guys go from here to sort of turn the corner and get back to that winning record? Now you guys 4-5.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we just got to just be accountable as each other as players, and not rely on like, coaches, but be just a player-led, like, accountable team. And if we see something slacking, we just got to make sure we're on it before anything else happens. Because I think that when we, are player-led and accountable for each other, then that's when the build starts happening. That's when the teams start winning a lot of games, just because we have trust in each other. But it all starts in the beginning of the week when we are in meetings, when we're in practice, when we're doing all that type of stuff. So, I think that this game was really tough just for how we were trying to roll and how we were trying to get going. But we can't let this be a stickler point on us. We just got to make sure that we're good and obviously get over this loss and get ready for Arizona.
NFL became an inches, and just for whatever reason, offense just couldn't get that inch they needed today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it was tough. It was on all of us. Whether it was turnovers, obviously that's horrible it hurts offense a lot. And then maybe just some minimal mistakes that we made, but we got to understand that we got to be ready for everything that comes with us, no matter what the other team brings, and make sure that we keep the momentum, keep the fight going throughout the whole game. And the less mistakes we make, the better we play. So that's what we got to keep on going.
This team came into the season with pretty high expectations. How do you handle this, losing 3 or 4? How do y'all bounce back from this?
Yeah, I mean, it's like with everything. I mean, obviously, you don't want to lose games and lose, how we lost today, or some of the games that we lost. But I think for us, like, we can't get in this hole of, all right, we lost, so what do we do now? Like, we can't ask ourselves that. We gotta tell ourselves, like, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna do it, and we're gonna keep our faith as high as we can. And if we think like that, then I think we'll be perfectly fine. And I know we have a lot of football left, but we gotta start now, so we can have a momentum for the success that we want later on.
How difficult is that to do when you lose one that's got to be frustrating?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Just because we're all competitors and we all work so hard during the week to want to win these games. And like for me, like just my competitive nature and all the guys in this team, like losing a game like that, it was definitely a tough one to swallow. Especially like on the last drive where it was just hard to see that. So it was we got to learn from everything that we did today and just bounce back and get better.
Why do you think the offense has had issues with just holding on to the ball at this point?
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, one of those were on me, and for me, like I was saying earlier, I got to know as being a guy that just got in this league that dude, if I'm in open space, like dudes are coming for the ball, like that's what they're gonna do. So I need to start working on that right now, and just stop that from happening. And then obviously, we just want to get the ball in the best position. Obviously, it was hard to control some of those situations and the mental mistakes as well for offense. But I think that we'll just look at the film and get back right.
Does this feel like it's spiraling at all for you guys?
No, it's not a spiral. For me, I don't believe in none of that. I just know that you just got to go back to work hard and make the best decisions possible so we can get the best results and the win. But this is not spiraling at all.
Bijan, what's the first step to putting this back in the right direction and getting back to what you guys believe you are on offense?
Yeah, I mean, just being accountable for each other. And, if little mistakes happen in practice, like, we got to be the first ones to harp on it. And, Taylor said it earlier, we as players are the ones that are going to control this season. Obviously, we have our coaches and we love them, and they coach their butts off to get us in the best position possible. But then at the same time, we got to be the ones that drive the force, and we got to be the ones that are, the forefront of everything when times either get tough like right now, or when we're trying to do something really special for the season.
You said Taylor is one of those guys holding everybody accountable. Who else stands out on offense?
Yeah, I mean the whole offense, like from Tyler to myself to all the receivers, tight end. I mean, everybody has to hold each other accountable, and we can't, be the guys to, get our head down or, oh, it's okay. We can't do that no more because, this is the result that happens when we do stuff like that. So, just being more accountable for each other and, knowing that we got to trust each other, that's the biggest thing for us.
What was Coach's message to the team after the game?
Just to get ready for next week. Like I said, it stings for all of us to, lose this game. But at the end of the day, you got to move forward, and that's what the NFL is. So, we'll get back to it tomorrow and try to get a win next week. Thank you.
Yeah, we just not hitting our keys collectively. We come in here and, we pride ourselves on putting in the work, and we do, man. We come in and we work every day and try to improve.
You said on defense that really tackling was kind of an issue for you guys. You just weren't able to complete the tackling. Why maybe do you feel like on defense especially it was hard to kind of do something that seems so basic in football to do?
Well, I mean, those guys, you got to give them credit. He made some plays, but it's something that we got to get done, and I mean, I think it's part of it is, trying to, produce turnovers. Part of it is, being, overly aggressive, which, you got to live with that a little bit because those plays are going to make, are going to be big time, allow you to be successful. But, there's, a balanced risk reward, and we just got to figure out a way to just, get back to the basics. At the end of the day, tackling is a basic football thing that, you learn when you first start playing football. And so, I mean, at this point in time, for us, just get back to the basics, get back to playing sound football, and let the rest take care of itself.
What do you feel like the mentality is right now on the team? Do you feel like maybe there's some frustration building up or anything like that right now?
Well, I mean, it's football, I mean, this is an emotional game. I mean, if you're not a little frustrated after losing, at home, I mean, that's, I expect guys to be a little frustrated. The biggest thing is you get 24 hours to be frustrated, You don't get to be frustrated, on Wednesday or Tuesday, you got to get back to work. And there's a lot of football left to be played. And I still believe this team has what it takes to be, as good as we can be, And so I think at this point in time, it's, okay, we're frustrated, 24 hours, and then we'll grab the tape, figure out, how we can be better, and then we'll go from there. But, right now, just get one football game. That's it. Win one football game, and give us a chance to, I mean, at the end of the day, you win one football game, then you can figure out what to do next week.
Calais, how do you navigate the balance of making sure the team doesn't panic in this moment, but also sending a message that, hey, we got to get this together at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we got the right guys in here. I don't think anybody's going to panic. I mean, we got a tough team, a mentally tough team. We just got to play better. And I feel like today we just didn't play good enough to win. And there was moments of brilliance. And it was just like, okay, we're doing some good stuff, and it's just like 60 minutes. Lock in and do what's required for 60 minutes, and making sure we handle the fundamentals. But at this point in time, I think it's just, everybody has to look themselves in the mirror, figure out what do I need to do to be at my very best to help the team win football games, be accountable to my teammate. And, I mean, there's a lot of emotion that comes with that, and I think that's good because that's going to lead for us to care more, to go out here and hey, I don't care about nothing else, but just sell it out, give them our all to win one football game.
Obviously, when you're preparing for a guy like Josh Dobbs, you have no idea if he's going to play or not, but he did. When you guys were evaluating him on tape, was it his legs that stood out to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think, when you watch him play, he's capable of doing a lot of good things. He could throw a great ball, but he also has the ability between the legs, and we knew that. It wasn't like it's a surprise. We knew that was a possibility. Even the kid that started, I mean, he was a scrambler. Can beat you with his legs. And so I mean, we just got to find a way to, to handle the fundamentals. That's a very fundamental thing. Tackling, I mean, tackling the quarterback, tackling the guy with the ball. That's something we got to get better at.